Yo, what's good? It's day 12, June 12th. And, this is the chapter of discipline. And amazing enough, like when I first started this thing out with my boy Cam, like really it was just for us. And really I asked him to help me. So really it was like for me, but it's starting to like actually grow beyond me. It's just one person at a time, one day at a time. But when you really start talking about something that is going to change your life and you document it, like it's a beautiful thing because you can actually see like other people wanting to be a part of that process and see their life change as well. And so let me do a recap real quick on really like everything that like the chapter of discipline really is. And this is unfolding, like if you're here on day 12, like you're almost in the middle of it all. So first thing is step one, and step one of the chapter of discipline is simple. It's make a decision, like find out your why, like dig deep, like do some soul searching on why it is that your life is the way it is right now, whatever that may look like. And commit. You have to commit to your decision. Like make a decision, but it's not just enough to make a decision like, oh yeah, like I want to be great. Then you have to have your why. Okay, why do you want to be great? And what does greatness look like to you? And then after your why, you have to commit. And commitment is a hard thing for a lot of men to do because there's a lot of options. I know for me, I've never committed to a single relationship ever. Like eyes were always wandering, even if I really liked the girl or had a like fond, bad female, like I still just never committed to her because in the back of my mind, there was just options. And I actually respect the men who decide not only are they going to marry this woman, but they're going to commit themselves to her and not have eyes or look at other women. Like literally let it just be this one woman for the rest of your life. That's mind blowing. And I pray one day I will get there, and I believe I will because that is a heart's desire of mine. But that's not what this is about. All right, so step one, make a decision, commit to your why. Okay. Then the next part is going to be step two, and that's step two is really dope. It's about eliminating, sorry, the focus is off. Step two is about eliminating distractions. Step two is about eliminating doubt. So like you have to like commit to your decision, but also like not doubt it. Like you can't doubt it. And I actually, even as I'm thinking about that reminds me of like Kung Fu. I love watching like Kung Fu, anime, Dragon Ball Z, sword fighting, stuff like that. And one of the things that the fighters would kind of do is when they got into their fighting stance, like the other opponent would recognize, oh, this is that fighting stance. And so because of that, like they were able to like size each other up just by their fighting stance. And this is the thing about fighting stances, and especially in Kung Fu or martial arts, is committing to your fighting style. Like you have to believe, like really the person who really wins the battle is who's ever stronger, kind of, yes. Who's ever more experienced, kind of, yes. But the biggest thing is really like the commitment that to their like stance, the commitment to their fighting style. They have without a doubt in their mind that their way is the better way. And that's really what like is going to help you decide and commit and like push past doubt. And of course you got to believe in yourself. Believing in yourself is just part of it though. Like you got to get to the point where you no longer just believe in yourself. You know that your way is like legit and it's going to get you there. And so when you're on your chapter of discipline journey, you got to believe and know that you're going to commit to this. And if you don't, that doubt's going to creep in and grow, and we can't have that. So step three is admitting your weaknesses. You have to admit your weaknesses. Once again, for fighting stance, because chapter of discipline, right? Like I'm talking to a lot of men, or my goal is to inspire men. So with men, when you're fighting and you have weaknesses, let's say like your kick game isn't strong, well, don't just like try to make your kick game like Bruce Lee. As a matter of fact, Bruce Lee said this one time about a kick. He was like, I'm not afraid of the person who's done 10,000 kicks. He said, I'm actually afraid of the person who's mastered one kick and has done it 10,000 times. So when I was on American Idol, one of the celebrity guests said, artists don't focus on their weaknesses. They only focus and master their strengths. So cut out your weaknesses. Just cut them out. Like, don't be like, oh, I'm weak in this area, so I gotta like try to get strong in this area. No, just cut it out. Cut out the weakness, focus on your strengths. All right, step 4. Step 4 is the step that we're on today, which is eliminating distractions. And man, that's gonna be tough. You gotta have a one-track mind. You gotta look at life as if you're a racer, like a horse racer, and they have those blindfolds on, and you really gotta like on your chapter of discipline, like not in all aspects of life, but right now we're talking about this aspect, which is building discipline and like changing life because of this discipline. You got to be focused. You have to be focused. And even today, there's so many things that have tried to pull my focus away, but I'm just going to refuse. And honestly, if you've noticed, those who are following the journey, this is the first time I've done a video, on the second time I've done a video in the daytime. So that means because I've cut out distractions, and one of those big distractions was just really talking to women on the phone. Cutting that out has literally like bought me time back in the day to be able to actually do the thing that I really want to do, which is shoot these videos. And so cutting out distractions, you'll be amazed how much time that you get back. And also like organizing, and that goes into day 5, setting up a system, setting up a structure, and then like really committing and like following your program, following your routine. And so you got to follow your routine. That's day 5, or that's step 5. And then step 6, step 6 is probably my favorite one, because it's guaranteed to like really determine if you built for this or not. Because everybody's not built for the chapter of discipline. And step 6 is all about failing forward. And you're going to fall. You're literally going to fall every single time. Probably every day. You're going to fail multiple times. You're going to tank it. You're going to trip up. You're going to fall flat on your face. And then you might get rolled over. And then what are you going to do? You got to get back up. You gotta remember your why. You gotta stay hungry. You gotta stay day 1 hungry. You gotta stay step 1 hungry, because that right there, honestly, is the determining factor of if you're gonna follow through on what you said you're gonna do. Yeah. And then step 7 is evaluate, rinse, and repeat. And that's just that. Like, you're going to evaluate everything you've done. You're going to track it. You're going to measure it. You're going to see, okay, where were the areas that you need to grow in? What are the areas that you can improve? What are some things you can do without? And so you're going to really like just repeat, rinse and repeat, and make it better. Don't keep doing the same thing, like expecting different results. As we all know, everybody knows that's insanity. But how insane are we? Because a lot of times we still do it. We still do it. So don't be that insane person that's like, all right, I'm gonna just do this. Like, nah, like for real, like improve. Even if you improve by 1%, like improve by 1%. I was reading a book, and it might have been a compound effect book that talks about like if a plane is like starting from LA and flying to New York and they're off by 1 degree or 1%, they can be like 200-300 miles north or 200-300 miles south. So over the long haul, like improving 1% or just a little bit better each day makes a huge difference to whether you're going to hit your target or not. And the target is honestly just greatness. And greatness is a long-term lifestyle. So it's a marathon and not a sprint. But right now, on your chapter of discipline, like, we are sprinting. All right, we're going full steam ahead to be able to build the mindset, habit, and like belief until that belief becomes a no. And once you know that you know, you know. So that's day 12. And step 4, again, cut off the distractions so that you can really like evolve and grow. And I'm excited. I'm really excited because it doesn't matter how messed up I do something either. Like, I'm not a perfectionist. And that's my other encouragement to you. Don't be a perfectionist. Being a perfectionist is really going to hinder you. Like, it really does. With some of the mentors that I've had the awesome opportunity of working with, including celebrity mentors, they talked about that. Like, you just got to do. And I'm going to leave you with this last story. So there was an experiment, right? In this experiment, it's basically at a college, and there's this professor, and this professor splits his class in half. And so on one half, and the goal was they had to create this masterful, beautiful art piece of like clay and pottery and stuff like that, right? And so in one class, he split them in half and said, like, you guys get all the coolest like gadgets and gizmos and everything that you need to make this like perfection, and you have 6 months to complete it, and here's all the best of the best that you're ever going to need. And then on the other half of this class, they had to turn something in every single week, and they only can use what they can put their hands on or what they can find. So actually they didn't even have any tools. They had to go create tools and make it happen. And so after the end of those 6 weeks, who do you think, or 6 months, who do you think had the better art piece? Was it the classroom that had 6 months to come up with one piece of project that was perfect? Or was it the other half of the class that had to come up with something every single week, and by the end of the 6 months, then you can determine, what it was. And I think we know what the answer is. But I would like to see your comments and below, like, put in like, who do you think came with the best project, and we'll go from there. I'm excited to see the comments on that, and just engage. Like, we're in this together. Like, don't be that hater that's like, oh man, I hope he misses a day. Like, don't be like that. Yeah, don't be like that. Root for people, be that person that's rooting for somebody, because one day in life you're gonna go after something, and you're gonna realize just how much it really takes. It's gonna take everything that you have and more. So for now, stay focused, dream large, and believe. Peace.